I've always had a few chronic health conditions. I suffered from asthma, allergies, reflux, and by the time I was in my late 40s, I had 3 autoimmune diseases. A few years ago, I had a few medical procedures that left my body weak. After these, I started to experience multiple food intolerance and my body stopped responding to the thyroid medication I was on. Mainstream medicine wasn't helping at all. In a nutshell, I wasn't feeling great, and I had begun to give up hope that I would ever know what good health was again. It never occurred to me that the sleuthing process that had such a positive impact on my life could actually be used to heal my body. There was a disconnect between what I thought was a rich interior life and my physical body. Combining different paradigms can usually give you an interesting and unique outcome. And this is what happened when I combined the sleuthing technique with the Indian paradigm of chakras. There is a great deal of information available on this subject, so I will be brief in my summary of this paradigm. Chakra is a Sanskrit word meaning wheel or circle. In yoga and meditation, this term refers to wheels of energy throughout the body. Each chakra is an energy center, a vortex that draws energy into itself. There are 7 main chakras, and the harmonious use of each chakra is essential to our well-being. The 7 chakras which align the spine start from the base of the spine through to the crown of the head. These swirling wheels of energy correspond to massive nerve centers in the body. Each of the 7 main chakras contains bundles of nerves and major organs, as well as psychological, emotional, and spiritual states of being. Since everything is moving, it's essential that our 7 main chakras stay open, aligned, and fluid. If there is a blockage, energy cannot flow. Since mind, body, soul, and spirit are intimately connected, awareness of an imbalance in one area will help bring the others back into balance. To visualize a chakra in the body, imagine a swirling wheel of energy where matter and consciousness meet. This invisible energy called prana is the vital life force which keeps us vibrant, healthy, and alive. When a weakness persists in the chakra, the weakness will eventually manifest in the physical body, also in the relevant area of the body. So an unhealthy belief can create a weakness in the energy field of the relevant chakra. These beliefs aren't necessarily conscious, they can be embedded deeply in our unconscious. Working with chakras was in some ways like sleuthing because it involved intuitive visualization. Chakras allowed me to make the mind-body connection with sleuthing that was missing because it aligned certain parts of the body with certain psychological functions that enabled me to better understand the non-physical factors that might be contributing to my chronic health conditions. In other words, I began to realize that many of my sleuthing entities were represented by a particular chakra. For example, your sensual self and jester were in your sacral chakra. Your mystic was in your heart chakra. Hence, with further sleuthing, I was able to work out which unconscious entities in me were involved with a particular chronic illness. Hence, by working with that entity, I could find out exactly what beliefs they were holding that were contributing, if not causing, my chronic conditions. To give a simple example, I have Hashimoto's, an autoimmune disease that affects the thyroid. The thyroid is in the throat. The throat chakra represents the psychological functions of self-expression and creativity. I knew exactly the entity that was involved in those processes in me. It was actually quite complex working it out, but without giving too much personal details away, when I worked out the problem within 2 weeks of this, I went into remission and had to stop taking my medication for Hashimoto's. When people work with chakras, they tend to work on an intuitive level with imagery and visualization, mainly visualizing chakras in colors and using breath to energize a chakra. Sleuthing, however, allowed me to work with chakras in a more linear and conscious way. I was able to pinpoint exactly the problem through the sleuthing interviewing technique that was the underlying cause of my illness. In other words, it bridged the 2 healing processes for me. There were 3 other primary causes for my improved physical health: diet, working with an intuitive acupuncturist, and mysticism. The fourth chakra is the heart chakra, the connection between matter and spirit, and is located at the heart center. The heart chakra is at the middle of the 7 and unites the lower chakras of matter and the upper chakras of spirit. The fourth is also spiritual, but serves as a bridge between our body, mind, emotions, and spirit. The heart chakra is our source of love and connection and healing. And healing happens through that chakra. So in sleuthing terms, the mystic is in the heart chakra. So mysticism has played a significant role in this healing process. The acknowledgement of the mystical element was always part of the sleuthing process for me. However, what really was a game changer was when the mystical element became the central player. In other words, the one that everyone else needed to be connected to. When talking about spirituality, I love the word mysticism because it is totally inclusive. It isn't reliant on what you believe or don't believe, because mysticism is not about belief. It is about connecting to, listening, and surrendering to your inner voice inside of you. So whether you have religious beliefs, whether you are an atheist, or you practice any kind of spirituality, no matter how you see the universe and your place in it, no matter what you choose to call that inner voice, it doesn't matter. Not all theists are mystics, and not all mystics are theists. From my own experience, without mysticism, I would not have experienced the dramatic improvement in my health. Diet. I'm not a health professional, but I do know one thing for sure. Fixing your gut goes a long way to improving your health. Do the research. You need to know what the best diet is for your health conditions. For me, one of the biggest changes to my health happened when I went off PPIs, proton pump inhibitors. As a treatment for reflux, these inhibit the production of acid in your stomach. I used PPIs for 10 years for my reflux. It was virtually killing me slowly through vitamin and mineral deficiency. I now control my reflux through diet and using a Phoenix press needle on a particular acupuncture point. And finally, working with an intuitive acupuncturist really helped this process in many ways. It seemed to add some momentum to the process. So if I were to sum up how I managed to go into remission with my autoimmune diseases and be free of allergies, asthma and reflux, and be medication and supplement free for the first time in my life, and do all this in the space of about 6 months, I would say it is a combination of 4 factors, all of which were essential. Mysticism, which includes practices like meditation. Sleuthing, in combination with an understanding of chakras, and finally working with acupuncture. I hope you have found this talk informative. I practice as a sleuthing advisor. If you would like to know more or need some sleuthing advice, please feel free to email me. Thank you.